How you doing? Welcome to this next video. This is one of the 100 videos in 100 days from December through March. We're trying to get as many people as we can to stop drinking alcohol. So if you haven't stopped already, then please give it a go at least, because it's the best thing that I've ever done in my life. And the more that you leave it, the more that you procrastinate, the more regret you're going to have later on. So today's topic is, will I lose weight when I quit drinking alcohol? And this for me it's a bit like sort of the question, will I, how much cravings am I going to have when I stop drinking alcohol, or will my health improve when I stop drinking alcohol? And I think you have to really look at your own self for this, because this is always going to be one of those things. It depends on what else you're doing. So if you look at the facts, you're eliminating all the calories from one side of this equation, right? So from the alcohol, you're taking all the calories that you would have been putting into your body. You're not putting those in anymore, right? But that's only one area, right? So there's a lot of other areas where you can focus your mind, or you might be putting the weight on. I mean, for instance, when I was drinking, I was not only drinking alcohol, I was drinking very heavy alcohol. So it was Guinness most of the time, or I was drinking a lot of wine, but the Guinness was a lot, I mean, if I had 10 pints of Guinness, that was 1700 calories. So that's sort of nearly 2/3 of the way through what I should be eating for myself. And then I'd be eating a lot of crap afterwards. So I'd probably have some peanuts in the bar, or potato chips, or whatever it was that was there. Maybe have a full meal, but in Ireland the full meals always had a lot of butter in them, and there was a lot of fat, so there's a lot of calories in that. And then probably have something else when I left the bar going home, or when I was going home, and if I went into the supermarket and I was buying beer there to take home with me, I'd buy something simple to cook, like a pizza, or something that was processed that I was able to put into the oven really quickly. So this is going to take you, it's all about time and energy and money, to a certain degree. So you're going to save a lot of money by stopping drinking alcohol. You're probably not going to eat as much of the crap foods if that's what you were doing once you stop drinking alcohol. You're definitely going to save time. You're definitely going to increase your energy. So it's not going to be that same levels of energy that you're spending. But you're also going to have to put some time and energy into thinking about the other side of things. That doesn't matter at the beginning, but don't get too caught up in losing weight. A lot of people, when they stop, they switch over to other things. They sort of substitute maybe chocolate or sweets or other things to try and get that sugar rush. They get a sugar craving once they stop. So that's one of the issues. So if it's going to derail you, then focus on the alcohol first. That's what I'm saying to you. When I stopped drinking myself, I lost 58 pounds in total, from the heaviest when I stopped drinking down to the lightest, which I was 2 years later. So that was 58 pounds I lost in that total time, right? A lot of that was due to experimentation. So I was experimenting with the different things that are different foods, different, when I stopped at first, it's one of those things. It's a difficult thing to do, but then you start to experiment with other things, and you start to say to yourself, well, if I feel good because I've taken this one poison out of my life, how am I going to feel if I take another one out? So you start thinking about it from that perspective of, what am I doing? How can I improve my life in other ways? So that was one of the things that I experimented in that. Currently I'm 215. I'm 6'2", 215 pounds. So need to lose a few more pounds, but it's like I'm not really bothered at the moment. It depends on, like I say, what you deem to be overweight. If it's causing you a health issue, then you're overweight. Then you should be looking at it from that perspective. To try and lose the weight as quickly as you can. I think anyone who's overweight, I think the BMI is it's not perfect, but it's a pretty good indication. So I think you have to look at things. If you're looking at things from the perspective of, are you going to lose weight? You have to look at, are you going to is it going to be sustained weight loss that you're doing? That's what you want to focus on. So not yo-yo dieting where you're stopping and then you're starting again, you're stopping, you're starting again, and you're going up and down, because it not only messes around with your body and your metabolism, it screws around with your mind as well. So that's not it's not a good thing. It depends what you do at the beginning. You know, like I said, it depends if you're swapping out the calories with something else, or if you're continuing to eat. Maybe you're just eating more food in general because you want the energy to help you to change the way you are. There's a lot of stuff that you do. Like at the beginning, you'll find that you know, as a normal part of your day, 20-25% of the energy that you put into your body is used by your brain. Now, if you think about it, when you stop drinking alcohol, you're thinking a lot more because you're not going through the habit anymore, and you're having to rethink, what do I do at this time? What do I do at that time? How do I stop this craving? How do I stop myself from thinking this? All these different things are they're decisions that you have to make. They're choices that are there. So when you expand your life out, when you expand the things that you can do, when you stop drinking alcohol, or when you are drinking alcohol tends to reduce the amount of things that you're doing, because the more you drink, the more you have to think about, well, I can't really drink when I'm doing this, I can't drink when I'm doing that, or this doesn't really suit me when I'm drinking, that kind of thing. So you have to, you just as an automatic thing, the things that you do in your life are going to be reduced. The overall experiences in your life are going to be reduced. This is the expansion. So when you expand, one of the problems of expansion is that you've got a lot more choice. So you have to make a lot more decisions, and the choices, thinking about the choices and making the decisions cost you in time. So aim for health and aim for your ideal weight over the long term, and think about this as a long-term thing. You know, whenever we're thinking about our own, whenever I'm talking to people within the program about this, I always talk to them from the perspective of, you know, look at it like a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, because that's the kind of it's the kind of long-term thinking that will create good habits in your life and a good lifestyle choice. Whereas if you're thinking in terms of 2 or 3 months, then you're more than likely going to be trying to lose too much weight at once. You're more than likely going to be, you're setting yourself up for this kind of a mental torture chamber, you know, and you don't want that. So anyway, going that to here, if you want to, I mean, our whole aim for this whole 100 videos in 100 days is to try and get as many people as we can to stop drinking alcohol. So we're opening up a part of our course here. It's the quick start preparation. We're trying to get you to be as clear as possible when you do stop drinking alcohol. So when you step across that line, you're at that line and you're on day one, that you're clear about where you're going, that you're clear about what you've got to do, and you've got confidence about how you're going to get there and how you're going to move forwards, right? And you know, just the courage to keep going, the courage to take responsibility and to be committed to yourself more than anything else. So you know, alcohol is just one component in this whole weight gain thing. Same thing as weight loss. When you take the alcohol out, there's many other things that you can do to lose the weight. You can reduce the amount of foods, reduce the amount of calories that are going in, increase the amount of calories that you're expending. But it's not always going to work that. You know, there's a lot of the problem with trying to increase your calorie output is that your body will tend to try and increase the calorie input as well to balance things out. So you know, your body's not stupid, and it's been around. You know, it's been evolved for a long time, and survival is the key. It's the motivating factor in all of this. So you know, do it over a long time and you'll be a lot more successful at this. So I'll leave it there for today. Take care of yourself, and I will speak to you tomorrow. All right, onwards and upwards. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. We love to hear them and respond to as many as I can. Take care. Onwards and upwards.